Coming up on today's episode, we're back in the Kimberley and we're talking the best tracks and campsites to add to your ultimate four-wheel drive destination list. Plus, we've got a sneak peek into how you could win a once-in-a-lifetime adventure with Shauno thanks to Iron Jack. And of course, we've got prizes, deals, fails and rigs. So let's jump right in.
Well guys, welcome to another Beers in the... Well, is it not really in the shed, is it?
What are we going to call it?
Beers by the Pentecost River in the Kimberley, maybe that.
River.
There's got to be a ring to it.
Mate, before we go anywhere, can I crack, I know you've already got into one, I just want to crack a beer and I want to say, welcome to Western Australia, mate. It's darn good to have you.
Well, it's nice to be here, mate. It's been, you know what, we worked out the other day, I thought it'd been a few years since last time I was on the Kimberley. It's been 6 years since we've been here doing the Kimberley. And tomorrow we're about to go bush for about 15 nights, one of the most remote trips we've ever done.
We're going that way, 700 kilometres.
Yep. And obviously there's a fair bit of water behind us, but if you see around here, it's as green as I've ever seen the Kimberley. We're early in the season, folks, and it's going to be hard going.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. So much so that I rarely ever say this. Yeah. I almost want to get tonight's camp over and done with so we can get going.
I just want to get started.
It's kind of crazy.
And the best thing about this adventure is, and you'll get to see all this because it's going to YouTube, of course.
Of course it is.
But we're speaking to Ronnie, the guide, and he has no idea if we're going to make it. He's like, he said it's pretty wet out there.
The way he was saying it was a little bit daunting.
Yeah, he just doesn't know. And that's what it's all about. I got excited when he started talking like that because it means adventure to me. So you guys get to come along for the ride. So which is very,
that's what we're talking about today. If we're in the shed, that's what we'd be talking about. We're not by the river. So we're talking about location. Location, tracks, campsites, our favourites, your favourites, because you've got in touch with us and let us know. And I reckon what's good about that is this is going to get people's juices flowing, mate.
Well, I'll bet you every single person sitting at home right now is going, I've got a big trip on. And I almost don't care where I go. COVID's been... You know, a bit of a bugger for a lot of people, and I think this is the year that a lot of people are going to travel. So Cape York, Kimberley, all the iconics are going to just, wow, there's a lot of people going to be travelling. So look, if that's you, if you're in that boat, chances are, and even if you're not, you should be in that boat because it's it's a year to do it. Year of the four-wheel driver this year.
It is.
Take note because this episode's going to be absolutely wild.
I think it's going to give some people some ideas.
The other really cool thing, mate, is we're announcing the winner of the competition we had last time, Beers in the Shed, for a runva. So somebody, of course, is going to win a runva, and I'm going to be announcing a competition.
Oh, you've got a cracking competition. Can I enter that competition?
Look, we're doing it best destinations. Like, we're in the Kimberley right now, so think of that, and look, just picture yourself. Imagine if there was another camp chair there, another one there, and you know, you could help yourself to Graham's Iron Jacks over there. That's what we're talking about. More on that a little bit later, I think. Good.
Mate, this is something, you don't know about this, but this is something I wanted to bring up just because we get a lot of feedback from people. You guys out there, we love getting feedback. I especially love getting feedback of this sort. This is... Quite a few people have attempted to make Shauno's beer can burgers that we did recently.
Fair call, because it's a beautiful recipe.
It's a bit like having a beautiful supermodel and getting me to put the makeup on. The base, the idea is fantastic, but the end result, not so great.
Well, now, a lot of meat goes into one of these burgers.
I'm glad you said that. Now, listen, we've got a few here, mate. Have a look at these two here.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you ask me, they really look like they know what they're doing, but...
Well, they've taken more time. They've probably had a couple of less Iron Jacks than I had.
True.
True. Yeah, it does look pretty good, though, doesn't it?
Have a look at this one here from Josh. As far as I'm concerned, mate.
Wow, that's... If I was making a cookbook, that would be the picture. That would be the
Josh
picture.
or of the...
No, of those beer can burgers, mate. That's how they should look like. And look, folks, this is the thing. I mean, if you've had a go at one of my meals, let me know in the comments below. Please. And look, honest review, because I bet you there's a lot of surprised people out there that have tried something. Maybe it's a bit of a joke, like a prank on their mate. I'm one of them. And it worked out all right.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't.
Here's the other thing. What if you've tried a couple of his recipes and they haven't worked?
Oh,
I'd really like to see that.
Let us know. It might be you, though.
It might actually. The redemption stew, there's things like that.
Wow, that was a good one.
Hot topic.
Hot topic. Here we go.
Fresh from the river, we are talking bucket list destinations. You know, you and I'm not going to go getting all emotional here because this is quite a romantic setting.
I was going to say, mate, if you buy me another beer, who knows?
But you and I have been pretty lucky to have travelled Australia, Well,
a lot of times over.
Many, many times over, and see a lot of everyone's bucket list destination. I mean, we're sitting on the edge of the river here in the Kimberley. We're about to go out bush. This is a bucket list destination. And I love these topics because it gets the juices flowing for the people out there. We get to share the places we've been, what we like.
And that's exactly what we're going to do, mate. We want to go through our top 5 bucket list campsites and then tracks.
And tracks,
and that'll give you a bit of an insight of what we think are some of the best places in this country that, look, put it down, just get a pen and paper out and write these down. These will be some of the best campsites and the best tracks in Australia, without a doubt.
If you could only visit 5 campsites or drive 5 tracks again in your life, what are they and why?
Let's get into it.
Mate, if I had a drum, I'd drum on it. I'll go first.
Okay.
So we're talking campsites to start off with.
Best campsites.
5 best campsites, and we've sort of collaborated on this. The first one, you've not been to this one,
no.
so you have to trust me.
Okay.
Dirk Hartog Island. It's the furthest west you can drive your 4-wheel drive in Australia and still be on Australian soil.
That's pretty cool.
You got to take a ferry, a barge to get across there. Once you get there, the numbers are capped to only a few. You will not see another person.
That's one of those bucket list spots.
Super is, mate. It's super is. The fishing, the camping, the whole thing about it.
Be rubbish fishing, wouldn't it?
Terrible. Don't even bother bringing a fishing rod over there. Fishing is terrible. The camping is a bit like this. It's, just beautiful weather. I could go on for hours.
And fish everywhere, isn't it?
And fish everywhere, yeah.
There is. I've seen the photos.
Yep.
I'd love to get there one day. I'm going to put that on my bucket list straight up, mate.
Absolutely, mate. Now, the next one's actually quite...
I'll go for this next one.
Yep.
And a lot of people, they've probably got it on their lips right now, mate. Sandy Cape, top of Fraser Island is one of my favourite spots. And it's just worth going for so many reasons. Obviously, Fraser Island, anywhere on the island is a magical place. But once you get up past the tourists and you find yourself a little bit of sand up the top there, I'll go as far to say that everyone should have that on their bucket list. I'm
not going to big note us in any way, shape or form here, but I think coming many years ago, we sort of put Sandy Cape a little bit on the map. We went up there, right in the early days.
Fell in love with it straight away.
Yeah, and sort of showed that to a few people. And it's so many people we speak to now, especially on the East Coast, that, the Brisbane area. Love getting out to Sandy Cape.
Yeah, Sandy Cape.
They really do.
If you want to spend a few days up there, bring your fishing gear as well. It's probably some of the best coastal camping, and you're away from the crowds.
Oh, totally.
Make sure you book, though. It's all online these days.
It is.
So you need to book.
We won't get into that.
Yeah, get online and book and do the right thing.
Yep.
Get up there and just enjoy yourself.
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to go beers near the beach.
Settle down. I'm going to go completely away from all this ocean, islandy, beachy type stuff.
Yep. What are you thinking?
I'm going winter. I'm going snow.
Wow.
Freezing cold.
Yeah. I remember that.
Freezing cold. Because when do you get to do that in Australia?
You talking about the high country or what?
I am, mate. It's just because we live on a desert island surrounded by sea, you never get to do that.
Well, look, I've got to say, I'm a person, when it dips below 20 degrees Celsius, I sort of freak out a little bit. I want to go in the water unless it's at least 25. And
you're part lizard.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's true. I only get movement when there's a bit of sun out there. But when I went down to the snow, I was a bit worried about it. But if you prepare right, it's probably some of the best camping. In particular, Mount Sunday.
Mount Sunday's where I was going to say.
Right up top. Remember that camp night where you're sitting up the top there in snow, -7 degrees. We had the world's biggest fire.
We did.
We sat back and it was one of the best campsites
We had
ever.
a full moon too, remember? So everything glowed because of the sun.
No wind.
There was no wind, which is unusual. And it's a hard one to get because you've got to get the right combination. There's got to be snow, there's got to be no rain, no wind. It's difficult. But if you do put all those things together and you're doing what we're doing now, you've got a campfire and you're surrounded by ice and snow. Bucket list.
And look, and I'd go a step further as well. Like winter is a good one. You've got to be quite prepared for it. But any time in the high country, it's one of those things, one of those places where it has just literally the best camping in Australia, I'd have to say, because there's so much of it. And while it's kind of close to Melbourne, it's kind of close to New South Wales, you're going to find so many campsites that are just completely isolated. You just could drive down a little goat track, just follow a goat track down towards the river, and chances are you'll find a grassy little patch right beside a river. You can catch a trout. I
was going to say, take a trout rod.
Yeah, you can cook a few steaks up. It's beautiful camping.
How long do you reckon it take us to get... No, I'm not going to go. We're not going there from here. We can't go from here.
Look, oh my goodness.
I've been waiting for that.
This is, soft sand. I should have let my tyres down just a fraction more.
I hope he falls in the water. What do we got next, mate?
I reckon, look, this is on every person's bucket list out there, Cape York camping, mate.
Of course.
Now, I'm going to go first and pick my best one. Old Telly track. I'm thinking about Birdie Creek.
Birdie's the one where the river kind of wraps around your campsite.
What I like about that, it's just a little bit isolated off the track. Now, if you go in the... I know. If you go on the, I guess, the peak season Cape York, there's going to be a lot of people camping on the old Telly. So ideally you want to find a place that's just outside the crowds. And Birdie Creek ticks my boxes because there's some water down there. You can...
Yeah, it's a one-way street, so not many people sort of go through it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You got to know it's there. Look it up.
Birdie Creek.
We're giving away a trade.
I know. This is a good one to be listening to, that's for sure.
All right.
What about you, mate?
Mate, I'm going to pick one, and the reason I'm going to pick it, this is going to sound ridiculous, but the reason I'm going to pick it's called Sam Creek. The campsite itself is nothing terribly special.
Yeah.
It's a nice campsite, to get me wrong.
Ground.
It's up the back.
Yep.
There is a secret waterfall that you've got to climb your way down to.
Yeah.
And it's only small. It only takes a couple of people, maybe 2.
Oh, yeah, we've fit a few blokes in there before, and you're kind of close quarters. But
it's very romantic, is what I'm getting at.
This year as well, with the wet we've had,
it'll be crashing water through.
It'll be crashing water down.
Yep. Take a significant other. Don't take your hairy old mate with you.
I've done it with you like 8 times, I think.
People are going to start talking, mate. People are going to start talking.
Oh, far out. But
Sam and Birdie.
Imagine if you did take a significant other. It'd be so much better than going with you.
I can't imagine that right now. It's not something I can do. Where are we going to next, mate?
Okay, this is the lucky last one, mate. And I want you guys they're probably sitting there going, where the heck are you right now? Because this is like a pretty good campsite.
You're right, you know.
It's one of the best.
It is.
This is on the Pentecost. Now, here's a little tip for you. If you get yourself to the Kimberley in Western Australia, there's a lot of big stations. You've got to pay a bit of money to go there, and they're worth going to. Like I'm talking about El Questro, Home Valley, if it opens this year. I'm not sure about that one. But the other side of the Pentecost, free camping all the way up. This is the side we're on, the free. You know, it's Tight Ass Tuesday every day for us. We're always trying to find the cheap spots and absolutely free of charge to be here. And, well, the view's all right. The view's all right. The boys haven't got a barra yet, but...
Timbo did hook a barra just before we started doing this.
Just before we pressed record.
And then he dropped it, which is...
But believe it or not, this is not the campsite I'm referring to right now. The campsite, I reckon, is one of the best, which we'll get to, hopefully, in about...
Fingers crossed.
12 days' time.
Fingers crossed.
Honeymoon Bay, right up the top there. Absolute stunner.
It faces north.
I know.
Which is weird.
Remember one night we were actually up there and the moon was setting. I've never seen this, it's a WA thing. The moon was setting over the water. And I didn't realise it's a very special occurrence when they call it the stairway to the moon.
Well, stairway to the heavens. It's a phenomenon.
I don't know exactly.
Beautiful.
Stairway to the moon or moon stair. Anyway, irrelevant. Make sure you get down to Honeymoon Bay, check it out. It's one of those ones where if you think this is good for Kimberley standards, well, it is probably about a 7 out of 10 compared to what I'm talking about at Honeymoon Bay.
Righto, folks, that's our top 5 campsites. It's actually not, is it? We were talking about this before. Both Sean and I have actually got a couple of super secret ones. And I think it's fair, I don't think anyone can judge us, that we are going to keep to ourselves. Yeah,
look, if you buy me enough beers at a pub, I'll
well, you'll do just about anything.
Exactly right. Well, I reckon on that note, let's get into the top 5 tracks.
Couldn't agree more, mate. Can I go first?
Yeah, go on.
We did a track test recently that we do probably every 2 years, roughly speaking.
Yep.
And I think it's the funnest track that is what I would consider to be on the lower edge of hardcore.
It's. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about South Coast, New South Wales?
Yes, I am. I'm talking about the monkey track.
Oh, the monkey gum.
The old monkey gum track.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. It's tough, but it's not out of the reach of most vehicles.
Exactly. And then
even you gave it a go.
Even I've driven it. And then what I love about it, super hard. You're going to have to winch in certain places depending on what you drive. But when you get to the very, very top, there's the most amazing lookout.
Yeah, it is.
So you're rewarded for your effort to get to the top of this range.
Yeah,
so and it's one of those things. If you're building up a truck, if you haven't got a heap of experience, monkey gum will test you.
It certainly will, mate. You've said it before. I can quote Graham Cahill, 2002, 2004, 2007, and just recently, the most fun you can have with your pants on.
Well, it is. It actually is, because I've tried a lot of different things, and monkey gum is the most fun you can have with your pants on, mate. So I'm going to hand it over to you on that note.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm going to go for one, mate. Coffs Harbour is home of tough tracks.
You just say that and I get anxious.
I know, it's Coffs Harbour. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. I'm going to pick a track that look, it's got some tough bits, but it's generally drivable for most vehicles out there. I'm talking about Gib Track.
Ah, yes.
And now, if you want to find Gib Track, it's very easy. Go into Google Maps and look for Gib Track. Simple as that. It's listed, so you can find that one easily. Gib Track, bottom to top, goes up a big hill. We've done it a few times now.
Yeah, I've nearly done it.
Yeah, when it's raining, a little bit more challenging, like most tracks, but it's wild. A lot of fun, very committing, like Coffs Harbour. But in terms of Coffs Harbour tracks, it's probably about maybe a 6 out of 10.
I was going to say about mid-range.
Yeah, it really is.
But you still got to know what you're doing.
Oh, and it's super fun, super
fun track. Mate, when we were talking about this before, I just have to go with the Iconics. I've got to pull an Iconic out of the bag because everyone wants to do it. It's on every... If you own a four-wheel drive, it's on your bucket list. The old telly.
Yes.
You've got to do the old telly.
You know, like, okay, here's a little bit of behind the scenes for you.
Go for it.
We were talking about this today. I think it was, I did Cape York, I think 3 or 4 times before I got a chance to do the old telly.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've done some of the coolest things you can do in Cape York by this stage. So to do the old telly for me, I was like, really? Like, I don't even know if I really that pumped about it.
I remember you saying that.
Did it, and I was like high-fiving everyone. I was like, wow.
It's super fun.
It is, you have to do it. You just have to do it. It's simple as that.
It's the true embodiment of four-wheel drive fun.
It's full adventure, and it's just amazing that you can go on like a 200-kilometre low-range adventure with water crossings, swimming holes, awesome camping. Yeah, all of the bingo. I really dig that.
Couldn't agree more, mate. You're up.
Well, I'm going to go Tasmania. The Climbey's track.
We had to have Tassie in there.
Yeah, Climbey's is one of my favourite tracks down there. There's so many to choose on the West Coast. But
I don't know if it scares the crud out of me.
When you're doing that waterfall thing, yeah, absolutely.
Like
you drive very close to a waterfall, lift the wheel almost, and the drop off, well...
It's goodbye, Irene. The thing is, you're never going to go over the edge.
No.
You'd have to do something terribly wrong.
And it's super scenic. You can actually go around that. There's a bypass track on that. But Tasmania, the wild west coast of Tassie, Climbey's track, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm going to add the bonus line.
You go.
The bonus line is Mount Cumberland. So
Haven't done it.
when you finish the Climbey's going from north-south, before you get into the little township of Ultra Harbour, then up to Zeehan, because you want to have a beer up there.
Go play darts at Zeehan Pub.
I love that.
Yeah,
darts Playing darts, breaking hearts. I want to give you a little hint. Lake Cumberland track. They call it Lake Cumberland track because on top is a beautiful lake. Like, imagine doing a hardcore low range, lifting wheels the whole way up. You go through almost jungle. It opens up at the top of a mountain and there's a stunning lake up the top.
Crazy.
You need to see it to believe it.
Yep, I've not done it. It's one of those ones that I've missed out on every time. So maybe this year, we're going to Tassie this year. Maybe this year. Fingers crossed. See how we go.
That's nice. Good track.
Right, mate, I'm going to finish her off, top 5, because I think it's a track that most people have heard of, but it's just so far away for the majority of Australians that it's one of those tracks that's almost got folklore around it.
Yeah.
We're about to do it.
Yeah.
It's the Umbulgari track.
I knew you were going to say that. Umbulgari track, mate, it's probably the most remote track you can do in Australia. And
I agree.
Probably
longest.
And one of the most rewarding I've ever done. We're about to start. Like literally, we cross this river tomorrow.
Yeah, and go that way.
For about 700 kilometres of low range.
Which is, I think, say that again, 700 kilometres.
Imagine going Melbourne to Sydney.
Yeah, in low range.
In low range. And bulk water crossings, catching barra, living off the land.
Every night's like this.
Wow.
Folks, I'm going to call it Umbulgari track, my favourite off-road destination in Australia. And the way to do it, because I know you're all thinking, heck,
how do I get on this? Because I'm even thinking that right now.
Well, you can come with me tomorrow if you want. It's no big deal. The way you got to do it, folks, it's TO-owned land up here. So you've got to go through Ronnie, who lives in Wyndham, which is over this way. I was about to point back this way. I'm geographically embarrassed. He runs tours through here about roughly
5 or 6 a year.
5 or 6 a year. You tag along on those tours, you're thinking, oh, tag along tours, I'm not so sure.
Trust me.
Guys, this will be the most adventurous thing you ever do.
And scenic.
Without a doubt, scenic. That goes without saying. There's guys that do the trip, they book for the next year.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. They rebook for the next year. So if you get up here.
And look, if you can't get along that one, there is a lot of other tracks in the Kimberley.
Oh, yeah.
Just coming up to the Kimberley and, camping in places like this. And some of the tracks up here, there's some really remote ones. And I suggest the Gib River, everyone goes, oh, that's a big track. That's the main highway through here.
It is.
All the tracks going off the Gib is where, in my opinion, the adventure sort of begins.
Well, there's one here. There's a track right here.
We started going just before filming, we just thought, we'll drive and see if we can catch a barra a bit further. And then we started getting a bit more remote. We're like,
we could just keep going. It goes all the way through from here, all the way through to Wyndham.
Yeah.
And it's stunning. There's free camping all the way along it. In fact, a couple hundred metres up here, there's a bloke camped up here. Had his chainsaw going before. He's cutting a bit of firewood.
Yeah.
Living the darn dream. Living the dream. So that's us, our top 5 campsites, top 5 tracks. But now,
we're going to hear from you guys.
You guys have spoken. The people have spoken. You want to get straight into it?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Let's do it.
What about Hayley, mate? Hayley Moran. Gregory is a must. Absolute must. Gregory National Park.
Oh, hang on.
Is it Gregory National Park?
Is that where you think that is?
Well, I think so.
Well, no way. It's got to be Gregory in WA, up north.
Well, Gregory National Park.
Well,
I reckon it's probably better than any Gregory in WA. Anyway, you guys let us know because I would say that Gregory National Park is a place to go.
Okay, so you're saying Gregory National Park, I'm saying Port Gregory. Okay, fair call.
Okay.
Fair call.
Well, I think Hayley's got a bit of class about her, so she's probably talking about Queensland. Anyway, next one, mate.
Yeah, we've got Luke. Luke reckons, I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, Windabandy Point, Ningaloo. Now, Ningaloo's changed a little bit since I used to go up there as a kid and teenager.
Yep.
We never used to have all these...
black and white back then.
It was, with horse and cart. We never used to have all these specific points and bays and things. It was just Ningaloo to me. I think I know where you mean by Windabandy Point. A lot of it's privately owned up there these days. You've got a book, etc.
Stations and stuff.
But it's still Ningaloo. Who cares?
Oh, far out. Yeah, no. I heard a bloke say that some of those little stations around Ningaloo, you get on there, they can be quite remote and the fishing is wild.
Oh, unbelievable.
I want to get to Ningaloo. One of the only places I haven't done around Australia is that bit of the West Coast.
Haven't been to southwest WA either, mate.
No, for good reason too, mate. I heard some of the people that live down that way, no, not nice people. So I will try and stay north.
He's frothing to get down
there. I can't wait. One
Next,
day, mate.
Go for it.
I've been here. This is awesome. James Cashin 3. Lake McIntosh, Tulla, Tasmania. They coffee with the llamas. Go get a coffee with the guys with the llamas. Go down to the lake. They're good coffee, great coffee.
The llama's got buck teeth.
I know. Bit one of our cameramen the other way. Anyway, yeah, you shouldn't pat him.
Who did it buy?
Chips.
Did it buy chips? You shouldn't be biting chips.
Spat at him first. It was great to see. Anyway, Lake McIntosh, cracking place. Like, I've been asked about that campsite probably more than nearly anything.
Well, so scenic.
So scenic. You're right on this lake with massive mountains, Tasmania. Stunning, mate.
Do you remember that time we camped there? Sorry, folks, we're just going to have a chat between ourselves. We camped there and that bloke gave us those crayfish in the pub the night before. And
that was sensational.
We had cray from the ocean
Only in Tasmania when someone would come up to you in a pub and give you a 2.5 kilo cray.
Absolutely.
Here you go, boys. And we were at Lake McIntosh, cracked that one open. Oh, that was stunning.
It was. Mate, here's one after your own heart. I know you love this place. And so, obviously, we've got Jess Darcy, Kelly Woods, Cameron Young. Everyone has said Beverley Beach, mate.
Beverley Beach. It's a cracking place. Down near Coffs Harbour, just north. Mate, it's one of those places where you have to access it via a four-wheel drive. And you go see Rob down there. It's stunning place. Book ahead, of course. There's a booking system now.
Yep.
You can book ahead, plan a holiday down there. So it's well worth it.
Here's my Easter egg for the entry to Beverley Beach. How many of you have found the statue made by the naked trapeze artist? No, I have not drunk too many Iron Jacks.
That's true.
There's a statue in the middle of the bush.
Yep, Jonah, the trapeze artist.
The naked trapeze artist.
He went into the bush down there and lived for many years. Yep. I don't know
too much about the story.
I do a little too much actually. But he was naked trapeze. Just imagine that.
Picture it.
Yeah, I can see a bloke like Graham just. Yep. Oh, that's a.
Shall we move on?
Need to forget. But what about Elijah?
Yep.
Tiwa Double Island.
Yeah.
Look, that's close to everyone in South East Queensland and a beautiful part of the world. Hot tip for Tiwa. If you want to mingle with a lot of crowds, go on the weekend.
Yeah.
If you like the place yourself a little bit, weekdays, hardly anyone there.
Now, what you guys can't see right now is that our famous cameraman to the stars, one of my good mates, Young Shuey, just nodded his head. Yep. Young Shuey takes his girlfriend up to Tiwa a lot. Yeah.
I know it'll go down.
Yeah, probably just some
romantic campsites.
Lovely. Good on you, Shuey. He's right behind that camera there.
Of vino, like
that. Yeah. All right. We've got William. Yeah. William reckons Kinkuna Beach.
Oh, stunning part of the world. Stunning part of the world.
It's a strange beach. It's got those like sand dunes directly up off a perfectly flat beach. It's strange. But you sit up above it. It's lovely.
It's beautiful though. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, you get there, especially outside of school holidays, and you have the whole place to yourself.
Yep. Now, I would like you to read the next one in a loud voice.
Okay.
In a loud voice.
This one's from Daniel Kelly, 97.
Louder.
So obviously quite a young bloke with not much of experience.
No, looking by his picture, he's quite a mature. Quite a mature man.
It's a secret, but it's in WA. West is best. That's not even a location.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm in West.
It's an entire location.
It's pretty bloody good at the moment. No, look, you're on something here. Yeah. This one's even better though. Daniel Crompton.
Crompton, there's something. I think Daniel might need some help, maybe medically. I'm not too sure. Something wrong with him. He said he wants to go to Shauno's shed.
Well,
trust me, I've been there.
A lot goes down there.
You do not.
And it's a bit of a crab pot. You go in there, it's hard to get out. So keep that in mind.
Mate, thank you so much, folks, for sending those through. But keep them coming.
Yeah.
You might have a little secret how you going that we don't know about. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yes, folks, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below, and we're going to give our favourite comment a prize. An Iron Jack merch pack complete with stubby cooler and fishing shirt. So come on, get those comments in.
You know, we've been talking about all these bucket list destinations, with probably the exception of WA. They've all been crackers, mate, absolute crackers. And we're going to go one step further, mate, because this year I'm going to be running a promotion. I'm not going to give away too much. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet.
I know all about it.
But basically, I'm going to take a bunch of you guys on my ultimate bucket list destination. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, what's Shauno's bucket list? We're talking Sandy Cape, we're talking, down a high country or something like that.
I think anyone's going to guess it.
You won't, but just let's say, this place we're at now, doesn't hold a candle up to where I'm talking about.
It's one of my favourite places in the world.
It's amazing. It's amazing. There'll be more on that later.
Yep.
But to win a chance, to get a chance to come on a trip like this, stay tuned to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, because...
How many people are we talking? 4 or 5?
I'm talking a couple more.
Really?
A couple more, and I'm going to take them all expenses paid, to my bucket list destination.
Goodness gracious.
Good chance, not a good... There's a 99.8% chance, and the reason not 100, because you could be like Graham and you can't fish. You can't fish. You will catch a barramundi.
That's actually true.
There'll be cold Iron Jacks.
Yep.
and stunning forward drive. Some of the most stunning landscapes you'll ever see.
Only negative is you've got to put up with this bloke for a few days. That's the only negative. I think in anything you've got to do in life, there's going to be a bit of hardship. That's going to be yours, folks. But
yeah, but look, if you want to find out more about that, get onto our Facebook page because that is where you can enter. And trust me, you want to enter this one.
Shauno's Iron Jack Ultimate Adventure giveaway will be an absolute once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for a lucky few winners. So make sure you subscribe to our Facebook page so you don't miss out. But speaking of getting lucky, it's time to announce our winner from the last episode of Beers in the Shed, who's going to take home their very own Run for Winch.
Big drum roll, big drum roll.
No, it's not a drum roll, I don't know what that is.
We were looking for the most bog story.
Yes.
Now, turns out you guys know how to get bogged.
They do.
So they sort of take after us a bit.
One person in particular, though.
I know, mate. Oh, Chris Anderson.
Good on you, Chris.
Look, Chris was coming back. Coming back from work from Australia Zoo. Now,
Which,
Australia
speaking
Zoo.
of which, what a place to work.
I know. How's it, mate?
He's ever met Bindi?
I'd say heaps of times.
Yeah, right.
I'd imagine if you could ever hook us up to see some giraffes and lions and alligators and crocodiles.
Thank goodness you said that.
What?
Don't worry. Onward.
Super keen. See all the wildlife there. I'd love to. Anyway, Chris was taking a shortcut home from work from Australia Zoo near the glass house. He thought, I'll just take a couple of dirt roads.
Must be quicker.
Exactly right. Exactly right. He's done a good old Shauno shortcut and got himself horrendously bogged. There's heaps of red clay down there. Got himself ridiculously bogged. He was stuck for 3 hours. Had to get rescued by a mate in his Ford Bronco.
I don't know about that.
So typically it takes Chris to travel about 30 minutes home. It was a 3+ hour ordeal.
That's not what you call a shortcut at all. But the good news is, mate, for doing that, for stuffing up completely, new winch coming your way, mate. Let's go with the deal. I'm going to call on our little mate. Do you reckon he'd like it up here? Do you reckon Jocko would like it up here?
Way too manly for him.
It is too manly for Jocko, you're right.
Can you imagine the heat and
he'd
so far from Mum's house? It'd be really tough on him. So look, you wouldn't mind it. He'd
enjoy it. He'd enjoy it.
He'd love it.
Let's hear what he's got to say. We'll push across to Jocko right now.
Thanks, boys. So the deal of the week this week comes from my mates at Oricom, and it's an absolute cracker. Have a go at this. So right now, you can get one of these UHF 305s and a 6.5 dBi antenna delivered to your door with free shipping anywhere in Australia for just $199. Now, normally this whole setup will cost you around $328, so you're saving over $120. And check out what you get. So this is a little 5-watt in-car UHF, which means it'll transmit just as far as any other in-car UHF on the market. And another thing I really like is the display you can actually flip. So if you want it mounted like this with the speaker on the top of your dash, or you can flip it down that way if you want to mount it down the bottom of your footwell or something like that. Really good little unit, and a 6.5 dBi antenna is a perfect all-rounder antenna as well. So if you want this set up for your four-wheel drive, make sure you jump on it quick at oricom.com.au. Cheers, boys.
Rightio, mate. I'm not going to say it's my favourite because I say it every week. People are getting sick of me saying it. It's my favourite, actually. Four-wheel drive fails. How do you get on it?
Mate, it's really easy. It's really easy. You know, you just got to run out of talent at some stage.
Key me, yep.
And basically, film it. Better yet, film your mate failing and claim the prize. I always say that because that's the key to doing it. He usually ruins his car. You get the prize and the girl. Right. It's a big thing. You can win.
First you get the money, then you get the power. And all you got to do is use a hashtag, mate. It's hashtag 4WD247fails. 24/7 fails. Put it up on the social media platform of your choice, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want to do.
Win a prize. Win a prize. Let's have a look, mate. What have we got this time around?
Davey. What were you doing, Davey?
He's trying to do the full send in a Vitara, and that's a bit of an oxymoron. But
oh, come on!
No, I love them. I love Zooks. I love Zooks, mate.
Yeah.
I love Zooks.
Little Vitara.
What I like about this, very controlled recovery.
It really is. That is two professionals at the height of their game.
It's nice and safe. That's what you want to see. You want to see. Guarantee a lot of water in that one.
Now, that looks like you called it Victoria.
Yeah, Talangi. That is. Yep. I can look at that mud and I get little flashbacks of that's the inside of Sooty right there.
I wonder if we could taste mud and know where it is. Just a little. How's he still moving?
Well, this is the thing. He's found a little bit of traction. And he's gone. I've got this. And he's slowly moving forward and.
He refuses to quit.
What happened is actually made it harder because he got further in the bog hole, even more water inside the vehicle.
I don't want to be the bloke that's got to go down there and put the winch rope on. That would suck. Oh, that's in WA. I don't want to admit to that. What are you boys doing? Look at that. Look at him in the car.
Every boy's adventure. Oh, look at that. Look at that angle. Look at that angle.
Yeah, it's very close. That looks to me like the top of the power lines track outside of Mundaring. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Munger up.
Mundaring.
Yep.
Yeah. Top of the power lines track. I'm going to guess that's where that is. Boys, wrong angle. You shouldn't have been there. That's all I've got to say about that.
Oh, That's a cool photo. I really like that. I really like that.
Is that WA? It is. I reckon that is down around...
Oh, it would have been Yelleen up or Cooger up or up and down or up.
Israelite Bay. I bet that is Israelite Bay. Again, in the comments below.
Israelite Bay up.
Captain Bog, which is actually fitting.
What is he bogged in? Like
seaweed, dude.
Yeah,
it happens.
That's the worst.
Is it WA? I think it is WA. Yeah.
Let
us know. I think that's Israelite Bay. Absolute cracker. Now that's not something you see every day.
Dylan, what is going on? If you have if you're a bit of an eagle eye, mate, have a look at the dash. He's got the engine light on. He's either done an alternator or something way more severe. The fact he's getting towed out by a snow truck, well...
and a pretty brand new vehicle, 81,000 Ks on the clock.
Yeah, well, I think he's done a big mischief there.
And he's had to call Mr. Plough.
Quite literally, mate.
He's had to call Mr. Plough. Oh, my. Good giddy aunt.
Marius, what's going on, mate?
How'd you do that?
Well,
There's no...
I don't know how. That looks like Cruiser Canyon.
No, that's not in Australia. That's Great Britain or something.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
I'm not sure what that is, but that's a... Let us know how you did that, Marius, because that's impressive, mate. Even I couldn't do that.
Zigged when you should have zagged, pretty much.
You really did.
Oh, we've got to give a winner to someone, mate. What about this one?
Well...
this is... If there's ever been...
That's not going to buff out.
Well, it's not. It's not at all, mate. But if there's been a deserved winner of a full send T-shirt from Snatch Clothing... It's right here. Soup 4x4 Adventures. And a lot of soup in that vehicle.
It's a very adequate name. How's that going to smell in about a week?
Much the same as a D-Max, actually. If you open that door up now. Jocko was driving last time and didn't need to get some water.
Thanks, Jock. You're a good bloke.
And that is why you walk the bog holes.
Fails. All you got to do is firstly fail. Secondly, get your mate to film it, or vice versa. That's even better. Hashtag 4WD247 fails, and we will be scouring through looking for the biggest stuff.
The biggest fails.
Yep.
The biggest stuff.
Swear then.
Let us know.
I pulled myself back. Very professional of me.
Let's have a go.
Righto, mate. Rigs.
I love seeing a rig.
We do. We are big fans of rigs.
Every now and again, you'll get lucky and to see a real cracker.
We saw two beautiful rigs yesterday.
Right next to that swimming hole today.
Yes, we did. And then there was the bloke with the car. Honestly, no, we met a bloke yesterday who had the most incredible rig you've ever seen. Hashtag 4WD247 rigs.
It's the only way to do it.
Let's go, mate.
If you ever get a chance, go on there, just use that hashtag and just have a look at some of the rigs. I mean...
Look at that.
That is cool. That is cool. 200.
It's from Finland?
Yeah, 200 series. Look at the guards.
Like, that's weird. I'm not too sure about that.
That's like the Icelandic style.
Yeah, but...
Big guards, big tyres. The only modified 200 in the country, probably. It probably is. Probably is. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Now, there's no doubt that this is a rig purpose-built for the ice and snow of Scandinavia. With aftermarket suspension, custom-made rims and flares, custom exhaust and snorkel, a remapped engine, custom rock sliders, and full underbody protection. The 200 runs all terrains in summer and studded light truck tyres in winter. Plus, is fully set up for camping with rooftop tent, 270-degree awning, a fridge, drawers, auxiliary battery system. It's got the lot. Of course, there's also a winch, dual swing-away rear bumper, and 6 spotlights installed. What a beast.
That's a Prado?
That is a Prado, mate.
And it's also a milkshake.
It's a built Prado. It's got, look, he wheels it.
Matthew's 1996 Prado has seen plenty of hard use on the tracks and some simple mods to get the job done. Sitting on a 2-inch lift and 32s, the Prado is fitted with a snorkel, spotties and light bar, plus camping mods which include a custom rear drawer, awning, fridge and slide, dual battery system, and the all-important fishing rod holder. I like your style.
I'm going to say this.
Oh dear.
Prados, Pajeros, a lot of these IFS rigs, they don't get enough credit.
Oh.
They're absolute weapons. What are you going to say?
I'm not sure. I thought you were about to bag out a whole range of cars.
I'm actually saying that Prados are cool.
I agree.
They're cool. They're not Land Cruisers, unfortunately, in case you're wondering.
They're certainly not patrols.
There's a lot of people on the fence with that one, but I know.
Oh, I know what you mean.
They're not a real Land Cruiser. But anyway, they're cool. They're absolutely cool. I really like them.
Let's move right along, shall we? Yeah, good on you, Matt. Cheers, mate.
Yep. Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah, now look.
Oh, that's a good rig, isn't it?
That is.
Unbelievable.
That is.
You got yourself a TJ Wrangler. I've always wanted one of those as a young bloke. Couldn't afford it when I was really young.
Super modifiable.
Yeah,
is that a word?
Exactly right.
And they go just about anywhere.
Look at this one. It's got a big old stinger bar on the front, but also set up for camping.
This 1999 TJ Wrangler is a bit of a track weapon, with 35-inch tyres and a 3-inch lift, plus front e-locker and disc brake conversion. Anthony and Ash did a heap of custom fab on the rig down in the home shed, including a snorkel, tank, lift and strengthened roof rack. Next up, the guys are looking to fabricate steel fender flares, ultra short drive shaft and slip yoke eliminator, and install a 3.5-inch flexi coil and 100mm shocks. They love to wheel the shorty hard and are proud to have done all the work themselves on a budget.
It goes to show, like, that would be quite an affordable rig.
Yeah, 100%.
That would get you a lot of places.
100%. It looks like it's been a few places
you'd
too.
have a bit of fun with that rig, wouldn't you?
You've got Tyler.
Well, we're going to be one winner, mate. And Tyler, you've nailed it, mate. Have a go with this.
He looks like he drives that.
For a chopped dual cab GU, I mean, wheels it hard. He's got a big old canopy set up in it.
There. Pie oven.
He's got everything. He's got everything.
He's
He's
got
got drawers, he's got pie oven, fridges.
Party lights.
A build may never truly be finished, but Tyler has come a long way. His 2001 TD42T GU features a fully engineered dual cab chop with heavy duty arms and drop boxes. It's got a 5-inch lift and a whole stack of suspension work. The tray and canopy is custom made and the rig runs winches front and rear. It's got rock sliders, Stano snorkel, twin air lockers, 4-3 diff gearing and 35-inch tyres. There's LED lighting all around, including under the vehicle. It's got electric towing mirrors and a 60-litre water tank. The factory engine has been augmented with a bigger turbo, custom intercooler, upgraded fan, modified airbox, and a custom 3-inch straight-through exhaust. There's an impressive dual battery system with solar input. It's got 2 fridges, 2 compressors, and an air tank. Of course, it's got a rear view camera, new sound system, and yeah, I reckon you can figure out it's got much, much more.
Sean, I know your proclivity towards the Land Cruiser brand, but that is deserved of a winning entry. It has to be.
Look, as far as I'm concerned, mate, I'm not biased about Land Cruisers. I reckon there's 2 good types of vehicles out there.
Yes.
There's Land Cruisers and Hiluxes. And no, look, Tyler has got a wicked dual cab chop. And look, for that rig,
what can he win?
Mate, $50 snatch voucher. Get the shirt of your choice. I was going to say a full send shirt, but
I'll do whatever you like.
I think
he doesn't need it.
He can choose. He's got such a cool rig. He can choose, mate. So we'll give him a voucher.
Mate, how do you become world famous? 4Drive 24/7 rigs. What do you got to do?
Super easy, mate. Just use the hashtag 4Drive 24/7 rigs. It really is that easy. Upload a new photo of your 4Drive. Make sure it's a good one too. Like, get that sunlight right now. It'd be a good time actually. A bit of flash on the front guard. Boom. If you have the dirty 30, any light looks good. But make sure you use the hashtag
24/7 rigs.
Exactly right.
Otherwise, we won't find it. That's how we find it.
4Drive 24/7 rigs.
Yep.
Mate, look, that's probably us because I need to set my rooftop tent up and more importantly, get my bait caster out and have a cast because it's absolutely golden hour.
Prime time, folks. We've been waiting for this. COVID came through. We were supposed to do this last year. We couldn't do it. We've been waiting to do this trip for so damn long. In case you can't tell, we're a little bit excited.
Super excited.
I reckon we could have another couple of Iron Jacks tonight as the sun goes down. Kimberley, Shauno's in the west. I'm frothing.
Yeah.
Wait till you see these episodes. We're doing a few up here. It's not just the normal. We're doing quite a few up here. We've got a big trip planned. I should shut up, mate. I'm going all night.
Come on, mate. This is
absolutely
good.
Frothing,
this
mate.
is good. I'm going to get another Iron Jack, grab me bait caster, have a cast.
Yep.
Now, folks, if you want to support this channel, the biggest thing you can do is subscribe to our YouTube channel. It really is super easy. It takes about 1 second. Click that button, subscribe, and stay up to date with the best content going around on YouTube. Also, our Instagram and Facebook page.
Huge.
Be a part of that because there's all different content that goes on all those different social media
100%.
platforms. And if you want to stay a part of it, plus win epic prizes,
Right.
one way to do it.
First barra buys the next beers for the rest of the trip.
Yeah, this is going to be the easiest beers I ever get. See you later, folks.
Catch you guys.